Want to get this briefing by email? Here's the sign up. Good evening. Here's the latest. Doug Mills, The New York Times. 1. This is going to be something that millions and millions of people will be signing up for, and they're going to be very happy. That was President Trump, signing an executive order allowing the sale of cheaper health insurance plans with fewer benefits. Here are all the other ways he is undermining Obamacare after Congress failed to repeal it. Want to hear about how we cover the Trump administration? We're live streaming a Time Talk with our executive editor, Dean Baquet, 2 White House correspondents, Maggie Haberman and Glenn Thrush, and our media columnist, Jim Rutenberg. It will be on our site, YouTube and Facebook from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Dennis M. Rivera Pichardo for The New York Times. 2. On Capitol Hill, the House approved a $36.5 billion aid package for hurricane and wildfire relief, even as President Trump warned Puerto Rico that federal troops and relief workers wouldn't stay on the island forever. Federal government officials quickly said that they were not leaving anytime soon, but the comments stirred an uproar on the island, where electricity and drinking water are still hard to come by. And we visited Puerto Rico's storm-ravaged El Yunque, above, the only tropical rainforest in the U.S. forest system. Conservationists are worried about the populations of native parrots and mountain coqui, but say the forest will regenerate. 3. An American woman and her Canadian husband, who were held hostage by militants in Afghanistan for 5 years, have been freed, along with their young children. Caitlin Coleman and Josh Boyle were backpacking when they were kidnapped in 2012. She was pregnant at the time, and gave birth and had 2 more children in captivity. President Trump, who appeared to allude to the development on Wednesday, said his administration and the Pakistani government worked together to free them from the Haqqani network, a Taliban faction. Drew anger. RGT Images. 4. Sheryl Sandberg said that Facebook would provide more information, including ad targeting data, to the government as part of the investigation into Russian election meddling. She was speaking at an event in Washington hosted by the website Axios. Facebook has dispatched Ms. Sandberg, its chief operating officer, amid a scramble to contain the negative publicity generated by the election inquiry. And wrong shoe for The New York Times. 5. Interviews and internal records show that Harvey Weinstein's company has been grappling with allegations of misconduct against him for at least 2 years. Company officials, who have fired Mr. Weinstein, insisted that they were shocked by the recent revelations. The fallout widened. Hachette Book Group announced that they are shutting down the Weinstein Company's publishing imprint. And the actress Rose McGowan was temporarily blocked from Twitter after posts that criticized the Weinstein Company and Ben Affleck. She was back by Thursday afternoon. Twitter said one of her posts violated its terms of service because she included a phone number above Ms. McGowan at a film event in 2015. Jim Wilson, New York Times. 6. The wildfires that have devastated Northern California's wine country are still spreading, and the crews battling the blazes are stretched to their limits. The death toll has risen to more than 25, fanned by warm, dry winds. The fires have grown so fierce that the immediate goal is simply to slow their spread, channel fire away from cities and towns, and save lives. These maps show how they damaged so much, so quickly. Experts explained why this year has been so bad for fires, and in today's 360 video, a family finds the remains of their home. Khaled Dasuki, Agence France-Presse, Getty Images. 7. The rival political Palestinian factions Hamas and Fatah signed a reconciliation deal that paves the way for joint control of Gaza, where residents are suffering from dire shortages of crucial supplies and electricity. But the deal, brokered by Egypt, is only a first step, and much depends on how the deal plays out on the ground. Diana Zainab El-Hindawi for The New York Times. 8. Old clothes from the West are ubiquitous in parts of Africa. In Kenya, they are called the clothes of dead white people. In Mozambique, they are the clothing of calamity. Now, a handful of countries in East Africa no longer want the foreign hand-me-downs dumped on them. They're trying to manufacture their own clothes, and protect their people's dignity. Above, a second-hand clothing shop in Rwanda. Sasha Rudensky for The New York Times. 9. Why are more American teenagers than ever suffering from severe anxiety? That's our magazine's cover story, one of the best-read articles on our site this week. High school and college administrators say they've seen a spike in students who report sometimes crippling anxiety. Some factors: smartphones, social media, pressure to succeed, trouble at home. We found a number of new programs that help young people cope. TBS 10. Finally, our roundup of late-night television includes Samantha Bee ripping into Harvey Weinstein on her show full frontal over his statement that he came of age in the 60s and 70s, when all the rules about behavior in workplaces were different. "Oh, give me a break, White Cosby," she retorted, adding, "It's serial sexual harassment, not a monkey's tattoo." Have a great night. Your evening briefing is posted at 6 p.m. Eastern. And don't miss your morning briefing, posted weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, and your weekend briefing, posted at 6 a.m. Sundays. Want to catch up on past briefings? You can browse them here. If photographs appear out of order, please download the updated New York Times app from iTunes or Google Play. What did you like? What do you want to see here? Let us know at briefing@nytimes.com.